Hey, kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Winning Wednesday. Yes, that day of the week we celebrate our wins, even though we should be celebrating them as they occur. So, how is your week gone? What wins are you celebrating? I had a huge wake-up call this morning, which I'm not prepared to share just yet, but it was kind of like a slap in the face, and I was like, there was just a whole combination of things that came together from the first thing I do in the morning to the next thing that I do to the third thing that I do. It was all in alignment, which was really scary. But I considered it a win. But one other win I will tell you about. I am not a runner. I don't jog. I don't run. I don't do any of that. The last time I actually ran for exercise was when I was in boot camp back in 1984. The only other time I have run since then is after grandkids. And even then, it's not really that fast. It was just more fast walking. But I haven't really run since then, since 1984 when I was, there was a couple of workout things we had to run in for our annual PT stuff. But this morning when I was out walking Zephy, we're coming back and she just had a sudden burst of energy and she was chomping at her leash, which means she wants to go for a run. And I was like, and I've thought, maybe it'd be nice if I could just do like a little trot that would get her going a little faster. But then I thought if she suddenly takes off, that could put me off balance. But like I said, I'm part of this, 30-day health challenge that I'm doing. And today is day 3. And I thought, got to step out of my comfort zone from time to time, even though I don't even know where my comfort zone is. So I have to get a little more uncomfortable. And so as we're coming down the street to come back to Sparkles, not the site next to us, but the house that's next to the other side of the RV that's next to me, each site's about 40 feet wide. They're 40 by 50 or 40 by 60 sites. They're 40 feet wide and about 50 to 60 feet deep. I think more 50, probably closer to 50, only because I've seen 45 foot. No, it would be 60. Yeah, thinking about the space that's behind, I'm 32 feet, but thinking about the space that's behind me, and I can actually park Bluebird in front. She'd be overhanging just a little bit, but I could actually park her in front of Sparkles right now and leave my parking thing completely empty. Not that I want to do that, but anyway, so like I said, the site's about 40 feet wide. So for the last 70 to 60 feet, I jogged. It wasn't fast. It was just a little trot. And Zephy stops and starts chomping on her leash. And I'm like, look, come on, it's not a play toy. And so then we trotted back and she was like, oh, this is kind of nice, and got up a little speed, but she didn't pull on the leash. She was happy to trot along beside me, for which I was thankful for. So maybe we'll start doing a little more of this. And I felt good when I got back. And so I thought maybe we'll start doing a little bit more of this. So today that's a win. I got a little more cardio than I normally do. We do a fast-paced walk when we're between the grass areas. Zephy has to sniff almost every inch of the grass areas when we're near them, but when we're going down the streets where there is no grass area, we tend to walk faster. And but yeah, so we did a little bit of jogging this morning, so it wasn't far, but it was a start. So that is a win. Anyway, I got to get going because I got to go get ready for my other call. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Find wins in everything that you do. So I am taking that win that I got this morning and putting it into my day to keep that momentum going forward. I have my accountability call today, and I'm sort of like, oh, great. Which I now have to go take notes on so that I can remember to tell her what I need to tell her. And we can discuss it and we can work out what the next steps are going to be. But anyway, go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Find things to be thankful for. Find your wins. Celebrate your wins as they happen, because those wins will then be more memorable, and it keeps the forward momentum going. It keeps that energy level up high. So we need to go from win to win to win to win to win to stop going down in between. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling day, and we'll catch you back here around 6 p.m. Mountain Time this evening. Oh, excuse me. Hey, konera.